This video is brought to you by Singtel. Hey guys, Darach here from Stack. So today we're in the Tanjong Rhu area for the very first time. Now in the past we'll be going down the highway and I'd see these beautiful castle blocks by the water, and I couldn't help but actually wonder what lay behind these homes. Now today we've actually been invited by the homeowners of a lovely 4-bedroom unit at Camelot by the water. Now the homeowners have spent no expense whatsoever into transforming this unit into a forever family home. So if you guys are ready, let's get this show on the road. So a brief background on this home: this is a 4-bedroom unit that spans 2,745 square feet. Now we've got 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, 2 separate balconies, and the homeowners are a family of 3 that actually moved in 2008. Now just sometime over 2 years ago, they decided that it was time for change, and so together with their ID paragraph have actually poured $450,000 into transforming this home into what it is today. As always, let us begin at the entryway. The entry lobby is shared between the private lift entrance as well as the main door, and it's nicely tucked away into the corner of this home. Now as you step in, you can't help but feel a grandiose sense of arrival. And most people will attribute this to the tall ceilings, but it's also the features here that play a pivotal role in this. So we've got a full-length oval console, we've got light laminate wood clad for the lift, and this stretches from floor to ceiling. Together with the full-length mirror, these big feature elements help to establish this grandiose sense of arrival. We also get a sense of coziness and intimacy in the space, courtesy of the scone lights on either end, illuminating the large format Italian floor tiles as well as the timber lookalike strips overhead. Now the door frame has been changed into glass panels to encourage light into the area. Stepping past the entryway, we get into this wide corridor. Now to one side we've got the powder room or guest bath, and it's been completely revamped. So coming in, perhaps the most striking thing are the acrylic base mosaic tiles on the vanity wall, and if you look closer, you notice that the groutings have been individually painted over with blue sealant to create a beautiful contrast. And together with the textured wallpaper on the opposite end, this creates a sense of oriental tranquility. So coming out of the powder room, there's a bedroom on the opposite end, but we'll check that out in just a bit. Now, the wide corridor eventually opens up into this spacious living room, and I can't help but notice the linear play which has been nicely softened by the fixtures, furniture, and paintings. Now, speaking of furniture, we've got darker sofas on either end, as well as the lighter furniture and the glass coffee table in the middle to create a subtle contrast. On the opposite end, we've also got a black marble console to fill out the area. Moving on to the sides, we have 3mm matte finished grey tile strips which have been clad onto the wall. Notice that the skirtings have been completely removed to create a seamless flow from the floor to the ceiling, and this really helps to accentuate the ceiling height despite it being only 2.8 meters. Finally, we have a display shelf that has been carved into the side with LED strips running on either end, eventually flowing up and around the timber lookalike strips overhead. Fronting the living area is the balcony. Heading out, we have our very first glance at the view outside. Now the surrounding palm trees as well as the water features make for a beautiful villa-like view while still being privately tucked away and sheltered from the weather elements. Now filling out this area is white outdoor furniture, starkly contrasting the dark timber decking, and on either end we have a minimalistic collection of plants and display pieces which makes for a quiet and relaxing corner for the homeowners to unwind in.
When designing your home, it is best to consider your broadband before starting renovations, as this might affect the modern home experience. Singtel offers a range of devices and speeds for the home to ensure a seamless experience. With speeds ranging from 1 Gbps upwards, it ensures sufficient bandwidth for work or entertainment, even for the most bandwidth-intensive activities. Unsure on how or where to set up your home Wi-Fi? Singtel has home consultants to advise the best setup for your home. Sign up with Singtel to enjoy a lag-free experience with increased coverage and stability.
Heading back into the unit, we find ourselves walking through the living area once again, and it's here that we notice cabinetry flowing all the way through the dining area. Now in the middle is a black niche that has been carved out for display purposes, and fronting it is the communal area. Now it currently fits a 10-seater custom table finished in Odessa grey But what actually catches the eye are the overhead handmade lights. Now this was shipped all the way from Italy, and you can notice how the light playfully bounces off the shiny surfaces and the numerous light bulbs warmly illuminate this space. Now I could see this really facilitating deep and meaningful conversations. Wrapping up this space, we have a console at the far end together with wall-hung paintings, which quietly adds more character into the dining area without stealing too much of the limelight. It's also here that you notice the doors to the bedrooms behind me. We'll have a look at that in just a bit, but right now, let's check out the rest of the common areas. So right next to the dining area is the second balcony. Now the homeowners did mention that they prefer to leave the doors to both balconies open throughout the day to encourage cross ventilation throughout the home. Now right here we've got a 4-seater rattan outdoor alfresco set, and this provides the homeowners with both an indoor and outdoor dining option. Separating the kitchen from the rest of the common areas is this pocket sliding door. Now coming in, we've got a 4-panel glass display on the side as well as a featured tile wall. Now this kitchen is finished in a U-shaped layout with an island in the middle and pendant lights above to illuminate the area. Now notice all the dark laminates again contrasting with the white quartz countertops. We've also got a huge window on this side to bring in plenty of natural light into this kitchen, and overall I could see this being a great place to cook in or even just to have breakfast and coffee in the mornings. So now that we're done with the kitchen and the common areas, let's go have a look at the bedrooms. So earlier we saw the 3 doors. Now we're going to check out this bedroom first. It fronts the powder room and it currently exists and functions as a guest bedroom. So stepping in, it's very spacious, and combined with the white walls and light engineered wood flooring, it makes for a pleasant and easygoing setting. So this room also comes with an attached bath, and as you can see we have 2-tone textured stone walls together with ledges on either end for more display purposes. So this second bedroom belongs to the homeowner's son, and it was initially an ensuite bedroom. However, they opted to remove the bath for additional living space. Now in place of that is the bed area, and fronting that is a single panel wardrobe as well as a wall-hung TV set amidst a fluted panel console. Opposite that is a built-in study table with a beautiful view outside, and flanking it is more storage area, 2 panel wardrobes on one side as well as recessed display shelving. To substitute the ensuite bath, the homeowners have created a Jack and Jill entrance with the adjoining bathroom leading to the next bedroom. So this serves as an extension of this first bedroom, and because the homeowners have opted not to have a TV set in the living area, this functions as the entertainment room. So we've got a 3-seater sofa, a nice rug in the middle as well as a slim coffee table, and a TV set at the far end. Now next to us we have a display shelving which is currently used to display books as well as figurines. So heading into the master bedroom, we're greeted by a fork. So on one side it leads to the master bath, but let's check out the rest areas first. So from the entry we've got a good mix of cabinetry as well as light timber fluted panels. Similar to the son's bedroom, we've got a recess in the middle for a 65-inch wall-hung TV set, and at the far end, full-length windows bringing tons of light into the space as well as giving a beautiful view outside. Finally, we've got a king-size bed in the rest area here, as well as bedside tables and a beautiful cream headboard. But that's not all. What I want to point your attention to is this hidden walk-in wardrobe right here. So this is behind the timber fluted panels, and this was done to smartly conceal the irregular layout of this bedroom. Surrounding the corner, we have another walk-in wardrobe as well as the entry to the master bath. So the master bath is certainly very spacious. We've got dual sinks, and it's here that we see elements throughout the home combined, including the fluted panel concealments here, as well as the Kit Kat tiles in the shower area. Now to top everything off, we have a vestibule that's been nicely partitioned between the tiles and the stone feature walls. Alright, so that officially wraps up the tour for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as we did. Now if you'd like to find out more about this home or the property, you can head on to stackhomes.com/editorial. And if you enjoyed the interior of this home and are on the lookout for a designer, you can head on to the link in the description box below and stand to win a $500 Techstore voucher. As always, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.